All right, let's jump straight into this explainer on proxy servers. To really get why this matters, I want to introduce you to Jonathan. He's an investigative journalist, and his day-to-day work often involves researching and publishing news that, well, sometimes pushes back against the ideologies of certain governments. Now, the internet is supposed to be this completely open book, right? But as Jonathan quickly found out, that isn't always reality. He was trying to access a global news website, one specifically dedicated to uncensored information, just to gather some absolutely crucial research for his next piece. But instead of getting the facts, he hit a massive digital brick wall. What Jonathan actually experienced was a highly targeted block. His specific IP address had been completely blacklisted from visiting this global news site. Without access to this uncensored information, his research literally grinds to a halt. The door is shut tight. So how exactly do you get around a roadblock when the internet itself seems to be telling you no way? This is the exact moment Jonathan had to seek out a clever workaround to bypass the censorship. He turned to a popular proxy service to unblock the site and get back to an open web. But before we break down exactly how he pulled that off, we really need to understand the tool itself. To understand how Jonathan got back online, let's nail down what a proxy server actually is. At its core, it acts as a gateway or an intermediary server sitting right between you and the destination website. Think of it like this. Remember back in school or at a big meeting when a friend gave proxy attendance for you? They essentially stood in as you. Well, a proxy server does the exact same thing, just digitally. It serves as a stand-in user to keep the real client, meaning your actual computer and your true identity, completely private. Section 1. Under the hood. Let's look at how a proxy actually works. The real genius of a proxy lies in this super simple 4-step flow. First up, when Jonathan couldn't access his news site, he connected his system to a global proxy server. Second, once he's connected, that proxy server assigns a completely new IP address to Jonathan's machine. And here's the brilliant part. It hands him an IP address from an entirely different country, specifically one where the website isn't censored. Step 3. Whenever Jonathan visits that website now, the site administrators simply see this new uncensored IP. They see absolutely no reason to deny access, so boom, they let him in. Finally, in step 4, once the proxy server grabs the website, all that uncensored data is passed right back to Jonathan's screen via that exact same channel. He is in, and his true location stays entirely hidden. Moving on to Section 2, Setup and Security, the classic free versus paid debate. So to actually use a proxy, you first have to set it up on your device. Usually this is just a simple configuration script that automates the whole thing for your operating system. But right out of the gate, you're faced with a critical choice, free or paid. There are tons of free proxies out there, but honestly, be warned. The safety of these free proxies is rarely verified. Because they're completely open to the public, free proxies usually just toss you a basic IP address and an entry point, or a port to connect to, and that is pretty much it. On the other end of the spectrum, you have reputed proxy providers. We're talking companies like Smart Proxy and Right Data. These run on a standard subscription model. Most importantly, they actually provide you with credentials to log in when you're establishing the connection. That extra step acts as authentication to verify you have a legit subscription on their server. It adds this crucial layer of legitimacy and security that those open-to-everyone free providers just don't give you. Section 3 brings us to the ultimate showdown, proxy versus VPN. Now, considering Jonathan's high-stakes journalism and his absolute need to hide his IP address, you're probably wondering, why on earth didn't he just use a virtual private network? It's a great question. Many consider VPNs the go-to solution here. When you weigh the trade-offs, encryption is the massive differentiator. A VPN applies multiple layers of encryption to create a highly secure tunnel right between your device and the server. Because of this, VPNs are usually much faster, highly secure, and have little to zero downtime. A proxy, on the other hand, offers basically no extra encryption and absolutely zero guarantees when it comes to downtime or reliability. But wait, on the setup side, proxies are incredibly convenient. You just tweak your OS settings or even just enter a web URL. A VPN actually requires the hassle of installing entirely new applications. Finally, when we talk privacy, proxies tend to be comparatively unsafe because the service owners themselves can see your true exact IP address. A VPN conversely offers maximum privacy and security. Section 4, Beyond Unblocking. Let's look at everyday proxy benefits. Of course, for your everyday basic tasks, consumers all over the world actually find proxy services to be significantly more convenient. We don't always need maximum military-grade privacy, right? But we still want utility. First off, proxies can serve as a really efficient firewall system. They can also filter content from third-party websites, which gives you much greater control over internet usage on a local network. And believe it or not, in a lot of cases, proxies can actually stabilize your browsing speeds compared to your vanilla internet connection, thanks to proper optimization on the base proxy server itself. Plus, it still gives you that lucrative element of privacy by hiding your actual IP address from prying eyes. And the convenience? It really cannot be overstated. Literally, all major operating systems let you configure a proxy without installing a single bulky app. Even better, there are online services acting as web proxies, where you just type in a target URL and the proxy routes the data from its physical server without any setup on your end whatsoever. That level of lightweight freedom is just hard to come by with VPNs, making proxies an ideal solution for casual browsing. As we wrap up this explainer, I want you to think back to Jonathan. Considering the incredibly high stakes of his work as an investigative journalist, what specific layer of security does a VPN provide that a basic proxy service simply leaves out? Is it just a new IP address? Is it access to geo-blocked content? Or is it something much, much deeper? Understanding that distinction is the very first step to truly taking control of your digital footprint. Thanks for hanging out for this explainer, and remember to keep questioning how the architecture of the web shapes the information we consume every single day.